Chris Evans wasn't nominated for an Oscar, but he certainly left the show with an extra lot of fans. The Oscars ceremony is one of the most important nights of the year in Hollywood, celebrating the best films of the previous 12 months. Naturally, the industry's biggest stars can usually be found in attendance at the show. Chris Evans was among them in 2019, and while he wasn't nominated, he did nonetheless make the most of his evening. Born in June 1981, Evans grew up in Sudbury, Massachusetts, alongside his parents and 3 siblings. The future star's dad plied his trade as a dentist, while his mother had a job at a youth theater. It was thanks to his older sister, however, that Evans started to develop a real interest in acting. Born in June 1981, Evans grew up in Sudbury, Massachusetts, alongside his parents and 3 siblings. The future star's dad plied his trade as a dentist, while his mother had a job at a youth theater. It was thanks to his older sister, however, that Evans started to develop a real interest in acting. The dramatic arts featured ever more strongly in Evans' life ahead of his final year at Lincoln Sudbury Regional High School. That summer, the Massachusetts native bagged an internship at a casting agency based in New York City. Alongside that, he earned a place at a renowned acting school, the Lee Strasberg Institute. During his first stint in the Big Apple, Evans networked efficiently. With his time at high school coming to an end, the young actor was keen to get back to New York. Driven by this ambition, the future Hollywood star quickly completed his studies, graduating much earlier than his fellow classmates. Sometime after that, Evans made his on-screen debut in 2000 as he was cast in the television miniseries Opposite Sex. Taking on the character of Carrie Baston, the young actor featured in all 8 episodes of the show's run. From there, he then bagged another TV role later that year. Indeed, Evans was cast in The Fugitive, a remake of the classic television show from the 1960s. He featured in just 1 episode of the program, before making his big screen debut soon after. The Massachusetts native earned a role in the family drama The Newcomers, appearing alongside the likes of Paul Dano and Kate Bosworth. The following year, Evans returned to the small screen in the TV show Boston Public, featuring in a single episode. However, his career then took an exciting turn as he scored one of the leading roles in 2001's Not Another Teen Movie. While the film was panned by critics, it was the first time he was able to showcase his talents on the big stage. Evans followed that up with a role in the 2002 television movie Eastwick, before appearing in a short film titled The Paperboy some 12 months later. From there, the actor also featured in the pilot episode of Skin, a TV miniseries released in 2003. After that, his big screen career really started to take off. In 2005, Evans scored a role in the film Fierce People, joining a cast that included Donald Sutherland, Kristen Stewart and Diane Lane. However, the actor's next big screen appearance marked his first venture into comic book movies. Indeed, he bagged the part of Johnny Storm in Tim Story's Fantastic Four. After that, Evans reprised the role of Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Later that summer, he then starred in Danny Boyle's sci-fi thriller Sunshine. The actor was part of a solid cast in that movie, which included the likes of Cillian Murphy, Rose Byrne, Michelle Yeoh and Mark Strong. From there, Evans scored a role in the romantic comedy The Nanny Diaries, working with Johansson once again. At that point, his next film appearance didn't come until 2008 as he joined the cast of Street Kings. Following some other projects, the Hollywood star then returned to comic book movies in 2010. Indeed, Evans was cast in The Losers that year, a film based upon a short-running comic book series. After that, he earned a supporting role in Edgar Wright's adaptation of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, taking on the character of Lucas Lee. However, his life changed forever some 12 months later. Evans joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 2011 after being cast as Steve Rogers, better known as Captain America. He made his debut in Captain America: The First Avenger later that summer, perfectly capturing the character's defining traits. In 2012, though, things got even better for comic book fans as The Avengers was released. In that movie, all of the main MCU characters were brought together in spectacular fashion thanks to director Joss Whedon. A box office smash, The Avengers eventually earned over $1.5 billion worldwide, catapulting its stars to new heights. Off the back of that massive success, Evans then reprised the role of Captain America in 2013. It may have been only a cameo, but Evans made a memorable appearance in Thor: The Dark World that year, ahead of the Captain America sequel in 2014. Since the Winter Soldier's release, he's appeared in 6 more Marvel movies, cementing the character's popularity. However, his most significant outing came in 2018. While Evans himself wasn't nominated for an award, he was set to present one of the gongs later in the evening. And the actor went on to enjoy a memorable night at the show for a variety of reasons. It all started when he first arrived on the red carpet at the Dolby Theatre. Clad in a velvet blue blazer and dark trousers, Evans stood out from the crowd outside the theater as he posed for photographs. Meanwhile, the MCU star was also joined by his younger sibling Scott on the red carpet. The pair were subsequently snapped with beaming smiles across their faces. Sat in the front row with her mother, King was clearly overcome with emotion after the big announcement. As the pair embraced, the audience rose to give the actress a standing ovation. While she adjusted her white dress, Evans then appeared to her right, offering her an arm to lean on. King gladly accepted Evans' kind gesture, before the latter escorted her up the steps to the stage. That brief moment quickly went viral on social media, with online users hailing the actor's actions. "A classy guy being there for a classy woman and magnificent, Oscar-winning actor," wrote one Twitter user. "How great is that? Evans isn't even acting when he portrays Captain America," wrote another social media user on Twitter. "He's just playing himself with slightly more superpowers." That drew a quick-fire response from someone else, who replied, "Slightly less." The online adulation didn't end there, thanks to a moment captured during King's acceptance speech. "Get you a man that looks at you the way Chris Evans looks at Regina King's mom," wrote one Twitter user. "He was just soaking in that ambience," responded another. However, Evans' night at the Oscars had barely begun, as he still had an award to present later in the show. Following the Best Costume Design award, Evans was up next to present the Best Production Design gong alongside Jennifer Lopez. Prior to taking to the stage, the pair were captured together behind the curtain, enjoying a laugh and a joke. Before long, that went viral as well across social media. "How are they even real?" wrote one Twitter user, who also included a quick clip of Evans and Lopez backstage in their tweet. "How is this pairing of Jennifer Lopez and Chris Evans even allowed?" Another user agreed with that sentiment, replying, "I'm literally so mesmerized. I can't look away from this loop." Elsewhere, a fellow social media user made a request after seeing Evans and Lopez on stage. "I need a Jennifer Lopez, Chris Evans rom-com ASAP," they wrote on Twitter. "I need Chris Evans in everything, even a Turner and Hooch reboot with his dog Dodger," another user wrote in response. "Winning hearts today," wrote one social media user on Twitter. "He's always been my favorite, but now I'm just in love." Meanwhile, those sentiments were echoed by another online user, who wrote, "Chris Evans fist pumping when Black Panther won another Oscar as a big mood." In addition, a Twitter user felt the need to speak about the MCU's success at the show at that point, hailing Black Panther's wins. "Marvel Studios had 0 Oscars till a few minutes ago and now they have 2 back-to-back," they wrote on the social media website. "Loved Chris Evans' tiny fist pump when this one was announced." Evans has a busy period ahead of him in 2019, with the highly anticipated Avengers: Endgame coming out in April. Unfortunately for his legions of fans, though, this could well be his final appearance as Captain America in the MCU. Prior to the previous film's release, the actor spoke about his contract situation at Marvel. "I had 6 films in my Marvel contract, so I could have said after the 3rd Avengers I was done," Evans told UK newspaper The Daily Telegraph in June 2017. But they wanted to make the 3rd and 4th Avengers films as a 2-parter. They said they had so many other characters to fit in, and couldn't get them all into one movie, because it made sense. Evans added, "It's going to wrap everything up." A few months later, the Hollywood star reiterated those words in another interview, suggesting that he will be hanging up the shield in 2019. However, there could be a few more actors joining him on that front. "A lot of our contracts are through," Evans told breakfast TV show Good Morning America in April 2018. "Myself, Robert Downey Jr., Hemsworth, we all started roughly at the same time, and I think we all through Avengers kind of wrap it up. I don't know what's next, but by 2019, that's it." Do you know Chris Evans was not even nominated for an Oscar, but he certainly left the show with an extra lot of fans? Know more about Chris Evans and share your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more related videos.